So, in case you didn't hear the news, Donald Trump has basically postponed the tariffs on Mexico for another month. But no such thing is happening to Canada. And in my opinion, what is happening here is this is not an attack on Canadians. This is not an attack on the Canadian people. This isn't even an attack on the Canadian government. This is an attack on one guy. This is Justin Trudeau. The man still has yet to step down, call an election, resign, any of these things. Like, he did resign back in January, but he's still the prime minister, right? Nothing has happened. Mark Carney is supposed to get sworn in or chosen at some point this month, at which point maybe they call an election, maybe they don't. Who the hell knows, right? But I think more than anything, this is a punishment for Canada and Canadians. This is a punishment for Justin Trudeau, to make him the most unpopular prime minister in Canadian history. And he is doing a bang-up job, because what does Trudeau do, right? Instead of doing what he should have done probably 2-3 months ago, before Trump even gone into power, he hasn't even resigned, right? He hasn't called an election. This is all about Donald Trump trying to push Trudeau out of office in exchange for somebody who he can work more closely with, in my opinion, which is Pierre Poilievre. And say what you want about Pierre Poilievre, but at the very least, he is open to exporting and being more ambitious with Canada's energy sector, right? And there's a lot of potential issues with that, whatever the case may be. But one of Trump's policies, quote unquote, was drill, baby, drill, right? And so having a partner in Canada that can get them oil for cheap, that's close by, that can send them liquefied natural gas and all of these other kind of things at a much cheaper price, get the Keystone XL pipeline redone, just all of this stuff, right? And like, Pierre Poilievre is the guy to do it, right? Pierre Poilievre has talked repeatedly in his policies about creating situations that will create more jobs for Canadians, better economic opportunities, better trade, all of these other kind of things. And Trudeau, it just isn't that guy. He's spending us into oblivion. And it's very clear that the whole 51st state shtick is to stick it to Justin Trudeau. That's all it is, right? I don't think there's any scenario where Canadians would ever want to be part of the United States. We're our own people, we're our own country. We have our own history and our own heritage, all these kinds of things. And I really don't see a scenario where the U.S. would go about the expense of, quote unquote, acquiring Canada. Like, that would be an insane undertaking. And on top of it, I don't think the Canadian people would ever go for it either. What I think this is, more than anything else, is the tariffs right now are meant to punish Justin Trudeau. And Canadians are the ones who are going to receive the backlash of it. We're going to be the ones who incur the brunt of it, right? And let's not forget, these 25% tariffs on some things are still not as bad as the carbon tax, which is 20% on everything, on almost everything. Almost every single thing has a markup on it because of the carbon tax, right? So if Justin Trudeau and the Liberals really, like, he plays the actor, right? Saying like, oh, hey, I feel Canadians, this is going to be a pinch, but we're prepared to fight back. But if you wanted to soften the blow on Canadians, what you would do is you would scrap the carbon tax right now to at least alleviate it for a little bit and make it an election issue, right? Call that election, and if Canadians decide, hey, we still want the carbon tax, then they'll vote the Liberals back in, because that's what they want to do, right? And if Canadians are against it, which I think most Canadians have had enough, then they're going to vote Conservative, and Conservatives are going to win by a landslide. They're going to axe the carbon tax, and then they're going to start making those trade negotiations that both appease Canada and the United States, and hopefully these tariffs go away. Because I think that's the play right now. I think that's what Donald Trump is after, right? I don't think he necessarily cares about I don't think he necessarily cares to punish Canadians or import tariffs or just all of this stuff. I don't think that's part of his plan at all. I think more or so than anything, it's to destroy Justin Trudeau. Destroy Justin Trudeau. And that's honestly, like, if there's a prime minister in Canadian history that could get a worse, there's a prime minister in Canadian history that is more hated, I can't think of one, right? I think his dad was pretty hated at a certain point in time, but he's got to be the worst. And it sounds like he's trying to hold on to power forever, and this is Donald Trump's way of getting him out. And so for now, we're going to see some market volatility. The Canadian markets have gone down pretty considerably. The U.S. markets have gone down considerably as well. some volatility will ensue. Hopefully Justin Trudeau is going to step down. Hopefully we're going to get a situation where an election is called, and hopefully Pierre Poilievre can do the smart thing and, you know, I don't want to say capitulate. They don't capitulate, but really have a situation where Canada's energy exports are doing what they should be doing and making a partner of the United States.